Hello my dear learners, welcome to the channel. My name is Namita and today in this video I am going to talk about motivation versus discipline for learning English, because even I have been trying to motivate you in a certain way to learn English. There are more people who are giving you that motivation to keep learning, but there is a difference between motivation and discipline. What is that and how you can use both of them in your English learning journey? Basically, this would give you more clarity on your self-learning, because I always stress on self-learning when it comes to speaking in English fluently. So how you can become a fluent English speaker by using both motivation and discipline, but for that you have to understand their relationship and how they work for you. Talking about motivation. Now, motivation basically comes from a natural human drive, the drive which asks you to, to get a kick for yourself. Whenever you start doing something new, whenever you want to learn something, especially here we are talking about English, so you need some sort of motivation. Of course, it is very important if someone is there to tell you that it's easy. Yes, you can do it. It's not very hard. So many people are here who've helped themselves learn English on their own, so you can do it too. It is important. But the thing with motivation is that it does not last for long. It is like consuming a meal. You've eaten something, you've eaten your breakfast, and by the lunchtime you'll again be hungry. You've eaten your lunch, but by the time it's evening, you'll again be hungry. You have your evening snacks, your tea, coffee. By the dinner time, you're again hungry. So motivation is like that. It doesn't last for long. You've watched a video, motivational content once, like in the morning. It would stay with you till evening maybe, but all the negative events happening, you'll again feel down. You'll again feel low, and the next day you have to put it into yourself again. So motivation doesn't last for long. You have to keep putting in the motivation into yourself. You have to keep motivating yourself as you go further with your journey. So motivation has a very temporary effect. It doesn't last with you. Very temporary effect. You have to keep putting it all the time. That is why we read books. Like when I say that read books, it's something which keeps me motivated. It's like an anchor for me, and I get a kick when I read books, and I mostly read self-help books. So yes, that acts as a motivation for me. So it will give you the right direction. Motivation will help you define your journey, to find your path, to have that clarity, and to reach your goals. Motivation is very, very important. But as I told you, it never lasts for a very long time. So you have to work on your motivation, while discipline is something which is an ability. Discipline is not a drive. There is a difference. Motivation is a natural human drive, while discipline is an ability which helps you keep pushing yourself in the direction even when you don't have the motivation. Yes, it helps you continue putting your efforts all the time, because there are days when you are not motivated, and it is with all of us. There are days when there is zero motivation. There is no motivation to do anything. The day when you've had a presentation in your office and you were not able to speak well, that is the day when you are demotivated and you don't want to work on your English, because you're already putting in so many efforts. You've spent so many months, you've watched so many videos. So from where will you get motivation? That is the time when you're demotivated. You're going through some physical problems, you're not well, you're having a headache, you're having a backache, you're tired, you won't be motivated to work. Here is where your discipline comes into show. It will help you still go further. So discipline is something which is far more important than your motivation. Discipline will take you on your journey, especially on the days when you are not motivated, and it is with all of us. Motivation is not something which is always there inside us. We all get demotivated when we don't get the right kind of feedback, when we don't get the right kind of reinforcement, when we don't see the results, we get demotivated. In those days, discipline will get you going. In those days, discipline will be your savior. So you have to work on your discipline more than your motivation. Motivation is important. I'm not denying its significance, but you have to work on your discipline. Now, how to discipline yourself is something which comes from your habits. You have to build habits to keep yourself disciplined. And then I said that I read books to keep myself motivated. But if I'm not motivated, I would not pick up a book and start reading. Why would I read? Because I've made it a habit. Because I read books as a habit. I have to read every day. Since years I'm reading now. So when I have been reading for such a long time, naturally it's a habit of mine. So for discipline, you have to start putting efforts into your habits. Change your habits. Your habits will form discipline. Your habits will make you more disciplined to carry on your journey with enthusiasm, with a lot of zeal. And that's what you want. So while learning English, start changing your habits. Build a habit of reading every day. Every single day, read. And for that, you have to do it for 21 days. There is this 21-day rule which says if you do something for 21 days, then you automatically develop a habit of it and you continue doing it. Then you don't have to put in efforts. But for 21 days, you have to deliberately, consciously put efforts into doing it. So I am someone who always recommend reading. So I would say that start reading for 21 days. As a beginner, if you're not already a very strenuous reader, then you would not be able to finish one book in 21 days. So start reading for 21 days. Even if the book is not finished, you will see that now you are addicted to reading in such a way, it's in a positive way, that you won't be able to stop reading. You would read no matter what. So for motivation also, you need discipline. If you are following someone, a trainer, and you watching their videos, then you will continue watching their videos even on the days when you're not ready to work on your English. So for your English, specifically your spoken English, specifically your English speaking skills, need motivation, absolutely, but more discipline to carry it on and to become a fluent English speaker. You have to discipline yourself in such a way that your fluency is so important for you that you don't wait for motivation to give you a kick. You work on it no matter what. So your habits define your discipline. Discipline yourself, build habits which will help you learn English in a better way. Reading is one of them, listening is another one of them. With reading, I always say that it is easy for you to work on your vocabulary. It is easy for you to work on your grammar and on your sentence formation, because reading takes care of everything. Read it aloud. That's what I always say. Read it out loud. So read English books, read English content, read English sentences out loud. Let your mouth speak it. Let your ears hear your own voice, and let your mind get trained. It is all about training your mind. If your mind is trained enough to listen to you speaking in English, it would help your tongue speak automatically. And that is why I insist on reading, and that is why I believe that the words start flowing out of your mouth. One day when you are continuously reading out loud, the words will start slipping out of your mouth very easily. So everything is taken care of by reading. The rest, which one part is remaining, which is pronunciation, for that you have to listen. You can listen to videos like these. You can listen to many more podcasts of people who speak good English, the English that you can understand better. So that's a brief, what should I say, a brief summary about the importance of motivation and discipline in your life. I would sum up this whole video in just 2 lines, that motivation is very important, but discipline is much more important, and discipline comes to you by changing your habits. So start working on your habits. You'll automatically be disciplined, and then self-motivation would work for you no matter what. So everything is related. You just have to jump into this whole journey and start taking it up for you. Don't wait for things to happen in a certain way and then you'll be able to become fluent. Start doing it right now. Change your habits, make yourself disciplined, and motivation is something which keeps coming and going. Don't depend on motivation all the time. So that's all for this video. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.